Today I'm sharing what I eat in a day, and I will be including WW points as well as calories. If you're new here, I'm Amy. I'm a wife and a mom to a 1-year-old. She just turned 1 a few weeks ago, and a 2.5-year-old. And I really like to share what I'm cooking for my family. I like to make healthy, easy meals. So if that interests you, I'd love to have you subscribe. Today, I'm sharing everything that I'm eating. I am a WW. I'm also tracking calories. I'll tell you a little bit more about that. But for points, I get 32 points a day. I am still nursing for a little bit longer, and I normally eat about 10 points on top of that. That's kind of what I earn for exercise, for water, for veggies, and I just plan on eating that automatically. I don't kind of change my points depending on my exercise, and that works out really well for me. I am trying something a little bit different this week, and if it continues to work, I'll let you know. I have lost weight in the last week, but I'll let you know as I do that a couple more weeks. I'm tracking calories because my husband is also tracking calories, and I figure, why not? I make all the food, so it's just kind of easy, and that way I can kind of see how it works for me. I only get veggies, fruits, and non-fat Greek yogurt for 0. Let's go ahead and get started. For breakfast, I usually like to have some kind of toast, so I will show you that first. I did just have my first snack. I had 2 of these light string cheeses. It's from Trader Joe's. They're 60 calories each. You can have 2 for 3 points. So that's what I just had. I'm currently standing on a chair in my kitchen to try and see if I have taco seasoning in this pantry. So this is where we keep all of our kind of taco seasoning, fajita seasoning, pasta, all of that stuff. So I did find some. I think I've decided I'm gonna have some enchiladas for lunch. So I'm gonna make that right now. Here's what I've got going for the enchiladas. You know, use different ingredients like chicken or lower point tortillas if you are making this, if you'd like. I have this enchilada sauce. I'm not gonna put this on all of them just because I don't think my kids will like this. I think it might be too spicy, but I'm gonna put that on some of them and leave them off for the kids. But I have these tortillas. I have some sweet corn, some black beans that I used the other day, so I'm gonna use some more of those today. I'm gonna use a pound of ground beef. Taco seasoning, I think I will also need some extra seasoning because I don't think this will be enough. And then some sharp cheddar. I really wanted to grill today, but my husband's really busy with work and it's not quite grilling weather here. So I figured this will be really good. We do like to have a bigger meal at lunch. We were having a smaller meal, and then I was just getting so hungry in the afternoon. So my husband suggested we eat more for lunch. So we have a bigger meal for lunch and then kind of a smaller meal for dinner. So I will show you how this comes together. The first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cook up the ground beef. I've just cooked up some ground beef. This is 90-10. You could definitely use chicken or ground chicken. I'm gonna add 1 cup of black beans, 1 cup of that frozen corn, a package of taco seasoning. You could make your own if you'd like. I wanna add a little bit more flavor to this just because I added some extra ingredients. So I'm gonna add a little bit more cumin, some onion powder. This doesn't have a lid thing, so I'm gonna have to be really careful with that. And some oregano. And then I'm just gonna stir it up. I might need a little bit of water too. The thing I love about enchiladas is I feel like you can add whatever kind of meat you'd like. You can add whatever kind of other things you want, like beans or corn or rice. It would be really good with pepper and onion. I just didn't want to take the time to cut that up. Could probably sneak in some other veggies, like zucchini might be good in here. This is good to go. So now I'm gonna go ahead and let this cool for just a couple of minutes. I'll get everything else ready. I've thawed out my tortillas. They were frozen. I just like to keep them in the freezer if I'm not going to use them right away. I've also weighed out my cheese. So this is 2 ounces. And I think that's what I'm going to use for my husband and my enchiladas. And then I have more for our kids. And then I'm debating if I'll use a 1/2 cup or a 1/3 cup of filling. This is a 1/3 cup. I feel like I'm gonna do a 1/2 cup. I think that would be better. Okay, we'll do a 1/2 cup. I'm not gonna put any cheese on the inside. I'm just gonna put the cheese on the outside. I'm just gonna roll it on up. I've decided that first dish is gonna be for the kids. This is gonna be for my husband and I. And then I'm gonna pour that enchilada sauce on top. And then we're gonna add that cheese. This is 2 ounces. I might add less if I want to. I make a lot of enchiladas without any cheese. Just today I feel like adding cheese to the top. And that's what the girls' enchiladas look like. So the enchiladas are ready to go in the oven. I'm gonna put them in the oven at 350 for probably about 20 minutes. The meat is still pretty hot, so I don't think it'll take all that long. If you're using cold meat, if you've put your enchiladas in the fridge for a while before you're cooking it, you could go ahead and cook it with foil over it, take the foil off, and cook it uncovered for the remainder of the time. So like with foil, maybe 20 minutes, without foil, maybe like 15. I cooked it for 20 minutes at 350. Just took it out of the oven. It looks super delicious. And here is the one without the enchilada sauce. Yum. Here is lunch. We just finished up lunch here. We all really liked it. Even my kids liked it, which was a nice surprise. But for my serving, I had 2 of them. It was 15 points, and I'll leave the calories on the screen so you can see that. But it was a really filling lunch, and it was really delicious. So now it's nap time for both of my kids. Right before lunch, we did go for a really nice walk, like an hour-long walk, so that was nice. During nap time, I'm gonna go ahead and clean up from lunch, figure out what we're gonna have for dinner, and I'll have a snack at some point during their naps and clean up and maybe even edit. I'm gonna have a snack right now, and I'm having this Aloha bar. I have shown this before. It is really good. It's 5 points or 230 calories. It has 14 grams of protein, and it reminds me kind of like cookie dough. And I'll link the snack video that I put it in before in case you're interested in checking out kind of what I have for snacks a lot. But I also just wanted to show you that I bought this toned up protein cookie because I saw they had, I think it was a new flavor come out or something. I saw basically something on Instagram about it, but it's a chocolate chip plant-based protein cookie. And so I just wanted to try it out. And I just thought I would tell you what my thoughts are, I guess. It's one cookie. I think it's 5 points. If it's different, I will show you on the screen, but 190 calories, 16 grams of protein. And I mean, it's okay. I had a couple of bites and I did not like it, but as I kept eating it, I liked it a little bit more. But I will say it's like not a normal cookie. So if you expect, or if you're in the mood for an actual cookie, this is not really like an actual cookie. I would say it's okay. It tastes like protein powder. It doesn't have that kind of like fudgy texture. It's just kind of like a dense, dry texture. Kind of reminds me of like a scone or something like that. But anyway, you might want to try it out for yourself, but it was not super cheap. I got it on sale. I can't remember how much it was, and it's okay in my opinion, but I like this Aloha bar way better. I think these are so good. Here is what I'm doing for dinner. I wanted something a bit easier, something a bit lower in points and calories than what I had for lunch. So I meal planned to have this easy 1-pan Caprese pasta bake. So here are all the ingredients, and I'll kind of put it together for you. So it's a pound of Orzo, some grape tomatoes, some banana pepper rings. It actually calls for pepperoncini. I'm hoping this is close enough. I don't think I've ever tried to cook these, but anyway, that's all I have. Some pesto, some Parmesan. It does call for a lot of mozzarella. I'm just using Parmesan instead, and I'm using quite a bit less, and some fresh basil. This is a shallot and some garlic cloves. Let's go ahead and make this. In a baking dish, I'm going to add my tomatoes. I just rinsed them off. I have some beautiful fresh basil that I'm just going to chop up. You can definitely just use like dried basil if you want. I love fresh herbs, but I don't buy them all the time because, you know, they are a bit more expensive. I'm hoping that we're going to grow our own this summer, but I'm not the best gardener. And then I chopped up the shallot and those garlic cloves. I'm gonna add those. I'm also gonna add some pepper and some salt. About a tablespoon of olive oil. I'm just gonna kind of mix it up and get everything nice and coated. Now I'm gonna bake this in the oven at 400 for about 10 minutes. I am gonna add some extra seasoning because I'm reducing the amount of cheese and the amount of pesto that goes in this recipe just to kind of keep down the points and the calories. But let's go ahead and put this in the oven now. While that's in the oven, I'm gonna go ahead and prep the remainder of the ingredients. So that's a couple of tablespoons of these peppers. I'm doing 2 ounces of cheese, which is way less than the recipe called for. And I'm doing 4 ounces of pesto, which again is way less than the recipe called for. As I'm editing, I did just want to let you know that since I reduced the pesto, I probably should have added a bit more liquid just because it was a tad dry. It was really good. But I'd say if you're reducing the amount of pesto, just add a bit more water. Okay, so now all of our toppings are ready for when the pan comes out of the oven. Okay, this just came out of the oven. I'm gonna give it a little stir. Now let's add in some more ingredients. We're gonna add in the orzo, the pepperoncinis, which are really banana peppers in this case, pesto. I'm gonna add some Italian seasoning, just because, again, we're adding less pesto. Just give this all a stir. Adding in 2.5 cups of water. If you want to keep this even lower in points, you could just completely leave out the pesto. But I haven't had that many points in snacks. My breakfast was really low in point and in calories. So I actually, you know, have enough points and calories left to have all the pesto and the cheese that I'm gonna have. I'm gonna bake this for 12 to 15 minutes. I'll take it out, then I'll add the cheese on top and bake it for another 10. So this is a super easy recipe. Here it is, all done. I have to say, this seems really fancy and really difficult, but it was super easy. I've done a ton of dishes while this has been cooking, and it's fairly healthy. It'd be really healthy if you took out the pesto. It'd be way less calories and points, but can't wait to eat this. From this one pan, I was able to get 8 servings out of that, 9 points. It's less than 400 calories. It's about $3.97, but that includes the salad. So anyway, really nice. And I'm gonna have 8 portions of this so we can have it another day, at least one other day this week. We really liked this. Like I said, I would probably add a bit more liquid since I did reduce the pesto, which had a lot of oil in it, but really good. I would definitely make this again, especially for how low in points and calories it was. It's the end of the day. My husband is putting our girls down to bed. It's 6:45, but it's been a really good day. I hope you enjoyed coming along with me in the kitchen. Everything was really, really good. I loved that orzo bake that I had for dinner. I loved those enchiladas. Breakfast was really good. I hope this was entertaining or helpful and that you enjoyed it. And don't forget to subscribe for more videos. I do love to share what I'm cooking over here for my family. And I did eat 2,000 calories or 40 points. Remember, I do get extra points for nursing. I also got 10,000 steps today. I didn't do a specific workout, but I did get 10,000 steps. So yeah, just keep in mind that my points might be different than yours, and my calories. So I am currently losing weight after having my baby. I have lost weight in WW before, but thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.